Is Pierre Poilievre losing his grip on the Conservative Party? Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. Look, ever since Pierre Poilievre went on the Northern Perspective podcast and made those comments about Justin Trudeau and the RCMP, there has been a firestorm around it. Much of it just driven by the mainstream media, which doesn't like Pierre Poilievre, which doesn't like Conservatives, and is aghast at the idea that we would ever say that someone in the Liberal Party broke the law. I've written about this before. I've said two things. One, this was never going to help Pierre Poilievre politically, not with swing voters, the people he needs to convince to come back over to the Conservative side. But I've also said that what he said was accurate. The Mounties didn't do their job in investigating SNC-Lavalin, and someone should have been charged with obstruction of justice, whether that was Trudeau himself or clerk of the Privy Council or somebody in his office that was putting pressure on the Attorney General. This was a very serious case. Sadly, it seems that our media is more concerned about Poilievre's words than obstruction of justice in a criminal proceeding about crime, bribery, and corruption. This is absolute madness. But now you've got story after story about how, well, clearly Poilievre is losing control, or he's annoying Conservatives. You had Dimitri Souttas write his piece in the Toronto Star denouncing him and saying he's breaking up what Stephen Harper built. Stephen Harper's office had to put out a statement saying Mr. Souttas doesn't speak for Stephen Harper. And anyone who knows anything about the Conservative movement would have known that before the Star pushed that agenda, before the Globe and Mail pushed that agenda, and so on and so forth. Now, though, we've got Conservative MPs from Quebec going to Radio-Canada, French CBC, and complaining about the leader. They're not doing it on the record, but they are doing it. Here's what I can tell you. There is no movement to replace Pierre Poilievre. There's no movement at all. No attempt to say, we've got to knife this guy, we've got to take him out the way that they did with Andrew Scheer and with Erin O'Toole. That is simply not happening. Nobody's organizing against him. Pierre Poilievre is currently focused on the leadership review that he has to win in January, and that is with the party faithful. That's who he has to be concerned about right now, not swing voters. In the new year, after January, he's got to be concerned about swing voters. But right now, he needs the party base. Those comments about Trudeau and the RCMP probably help him with the base, even if they don't help him with regular voters that will switch back and forth between the Liberals and the Conservatives. So maybe that's what he was trying to do here. Doesn't help him long term, as I said. But after January, that's when he really has to change in tone. He faced caucus. He was contrite, according to people that I've spoken with. He apologized for the problems that his words have caused. We'll have to see if that's enough. We'll see if he learns and moves on. But between now and January, the focus isn't on convincing people that don't like Conservatives. It's purely focused on keeping the base happy and satisfied and willing to give him a second shot. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.